You know, when I woke up this morning and I saw Jupiter in my subscription box, I thought it was going to be a good day. And then I spent the last hour and a half trying to set up my video recording, and this seems to be as good as I'm going to get. If you notice, I have nice new headphones. On the inside, it has little mushrooms, but I'm not going to... Anyway, this is as big as it can get for me. I don't understand why. It's just... Jeez, I just don't get it. It's normally full screen, takes up the whole of XSplit. It isn't today. I don't know why. This did crash once while I was doing a test stream, but everything else has been okay since. I don't know why my video quality is so low, but, you know... Also, these are not part of my childhood. So, I'm wearing my It's All Good in the Hood shirt with Mr. Rogers, because that's my childhood. Actually, I lie. I mean, it was part of my childhood, but it's just the first thing I pulled out of my closet. But it works, you know? It works in that kind of nice way. Anyway, let's get to watching.
The early 1990s played host to one of the biggest battlegrounds the world had ever seen. The console war.
Nintendo and Sega's mascots were locked in a merciless duel over the gaming throne.
But when the smoke cleared, a surprise third challenger was rising to the top.
The Sony PlayStation.
Yeah!
And it didn't have just one mascot. It had two.
You know...
Crash Bandicoot, the
if
mutated
Crash does
marsupial
appear
from
in
Down Under.
And
Smash...
Spyro the Dragon, the powerful purple hero of the Dragon Realm. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And
coming
it's our
out.
job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, finally! Finally we get a 3D battle! Oh my god. It's been... The last one we had was Sephiroth versus Virgil. Anyway, just imagine if Smash is in... if Crash is in Smash. Just have the mascot guy show up outside Nintendo headquarters and like, I bet you're too cowardly to even put me in Super Smash Bros. And then someone in a Mario mascot suit comes out and is like, bring it. Wouldn't that be the greatest? Anyway, okay, alright.
I admire another brilliant doctor of science as much as the next guy, especially those with grand plans to take over the world. But
okay, so in Japanese Pokemon, the guy that did the voice of Commander Charon was the voice of the brain, and I just...
But I'm not sure Dr. Neo Cortex makes the cut.
Why not? He's an evil genius who made a mutant Aussie army of animals to take over the world.
Sure, but when it
Sounds
came
good.
time to assign a general for this
Though with the
army,
Evil Wars
Cortex
and the
chose,
Invasion
of all things, a Bandicoot.
A band of what? You're making that up.
It's a real animal. Look!
Oh, hey, it's
Aw.
kinda cute. How's that little thing gonna take over the world?
With the Evolvo Ray, Cortex did successfully mutate it into a powerful beast. However, when he tried to brainwash the creature, he utterly failed to create his fearsome general. Instead, he got Crash Bandicoot.
So Cortex threw him out like trash, and Crash became his worst nemesis ever. Which is super embarrassing, cause this Panda Crash is a few snags short of a Barbie. But his physical abilities make up for it. He's got parkour skills like nobody's business.
Which is appropriate, as Bandicoots are excellent jumpers, similar to their marsupial cousin, the kangaroo.
He's got superhuman strength and can take a big hit and just keep on going, like an Energizer Bunny of pain.
Crash can double jump in midair, slide incredible distances, and use Crash Dash to boost his speed.
He's also tapped into Mojo, a magic substance that's basically life energy, to enhance his battle technique. He's got his Norris Roundhouse
I did
and
not
Triple Dragon,
see
but his
what
favorite
that
move...
said.
Crash can double jump in midair, slide incredible distances, and use Crash Dash to boost his speed.
He's also tapped into Mojo, a magic...
Okay, well, Mojo is said to be the essence of life itself It may also contain nuts.
Substance that's basically life energy to enhance his battle techniques.
Okay,
He's got
so
his Norris roundhouse and triple dragon, but his favorite
Mild
move
sand.
is the cyclone spin.
Norris
He can even give this move a
roundhouse.
boost for the Death Tornado technique, though this can leave him dizzy and prone to counterattacks. Still, these brutal moves proved incredibly useful for rescuing his fellow mutant Bandicoot girlfriend, Tana.
Oh, why does she look like that? She's like really hot, but also not at the same time.
So is she
I'm
2.0?
really confused.
So he was Bandicoot
Aha.
1.0?
While Crash's natural abilities were enough to save her,
human DNA?
his future battles with Cortex would require more sophisticated tools.
Oh, well, there's
Yeah,
so
like
much
the
more.
rad copter pack. He's even got himself the unicorn of motorsports, the space motorcycle. What I wouldn't give for one of those.
To increase his firepower, he carries a special bazooka that uses a naturally occurring and easily attainable form of ammunition, Wampa fruits.
The same kind of fruit shooter that's on his power loader suit from Alien. This completely generic-looking mech.
Okay.
But why fruit?
What the-
I can't imagine it's a...
What the
Heck,
heck?
he's even got himself the unicorn of motorsports, the space motorcycle. What I wouldn't give for
I'm
one
trying to
of
just
those.
pause this.
To
damn
increase
thing.
his firepower, he carries a special bazooka that uses a naturally occurring and easily attainable form of ammunition, Wampa fruits.
The same kind of fruit shooter that's on his power loader suit
Okay,
from
yeah,
Alien.
yeah. Just saw this.
Er,
Okay, in the Japanese release of Crash Bandicoot, Wampa fruit was actually referred to as apples.
This completely
Nothing
generic-looking mech.
important.
But why fruit? I can't imagine it's a particularly effective projectile.
I don't know, Wiz. Remember that time I shot you with my potato gun?
That's not
you
a
were
fruit.
stuck in a coma for like a month.
Wait, what? You told me I lost that month because my time travel wristwatch finally worked.
Well, where's Crash getting all this cool tech? He
would've
can't be
been in
building it all
hospital.
himself. He's pretty dumb.
They're all thanks
Yep.
to his kid sister, Coco, who's 10 times the inventor Cortex is. But Crash
Nice.
isn't really dumb. He just lacks communication skills. He actually shows many symptoms of autism. Some people with autism, known as savants, are extraordinarily gifted in particular skill sets.
Kim
and I
Peek
think that describes
was
Crash
not
perfectly.
autistic.
While he may not know how to
He's
hold a
missing part of his
conversation,
brain.
he is a superb athlete and puzzle solver.
Well, I'm sure it helps that he's surrounded by friends who encourage his better traits.
Hey, that was a good one.
Like Aku Aku, his magical mask foster dad, who's basically a god. Lucky bastard.
Aku Aku's magical mojo prowess is quite impressive. He's very protective of Crash
I like
and will
that art
often step
style.
in
It's
when
kind of
Crash is in
hideous
trouble.
and furry.
But not always.
Wiz, why can he teleport across dimensions on his own, but can't teleport Crash very far at all?
This is as far as I can take us. We'll have to fight our way to the robot's interior and save your sister.
Well, perhaps his fatherly intuition is kicking in, encouraging Crash to learn from his own mistakes and become his own man, or Bandicoot.
Yeah, maybe he's just being a dick.
Well, thanks to Aku Aku and his own
Okay.
amazing abilities, Crash has
He can't jack something because they're made of mojo. He cannot jack other creatures. Oh, he can jack something because they're both made of mojo. He cannot jack other creatures. I'm waiting for Boostic to say something about that. Oh, Thinner's got her bell. I gotta tell you, Lawrence, Lugia actually gave me quite a scare yesterday. I couldn't find her for an hour and a half. She was flying around, and I just lost track of her. I searched the whole kitchen, which is where I last heard her, but apparently she was downstairs in the entryway, which is only about a square meter, and I had gone down there to look, and I didn't see her. Anyway, okay. I was thinking traveling through dimensions doesn't necessarily, you could end up in the same coordinates. So yeah, traveling through different coordinates might, yeah. Even though I was really advanced as a kid, I don't think I was an autistic savant. I think I was just really smart. If I was a savant, I would still be advanced. And you ever feel like your best years are behind you? I'm not even 40. But I thought my best years were behind me when I was in my 20s. Well, enough of that.
incredible feats while stopping Cortex's plans time and time again.
He's strong enough to lift his adopted brother Crunch over his head. Since Crunch is at least twice as big as Crash, that would mean Crash's strength is similar to the world's best powerlifters.
His cyclone attack can generate enough force to lift this large boulder and throw it so hard it shatters on impact. Comparing its size to Crash, that boulder must weigh nearly 8 tons.
He's also fast enough to outrun polar bears, which can move up to 25 miles per hour. But Crash really shines when it comes to durability. Just look at how well he holds up after taking 112 falling wooden crates to the face.
Where did they all come from?
I bet it's Aku Aku's fault. And he's right back up like it didn't even happen. What a champ.
Crash has endured an explosion of 23 crates of TNT all at once, which, given their size, could potentially level a city block.
Whoa!
And with the help of Aku Aku, he even survived a crash landing from outer space.
What the heck is up with his hair?
This vessel was likely falling at 17,500 miles per hour, similar to the space shuttle's typical re-entry, which means the force of its collision would be equivalent to more than 2 million tons of TNT.
Hang on, though. That ship was not shaped. It had a lot more resistance in the... Gotta go this way. A lot more resistance in the front because its I guess nose was so much bigger than, you know, what you would get from a regular spaceship.
But why didn't Aku Aku just teleport them to safety?
I can't believe we're okay.
Oh, are you kidding me, Aku? You know what you did. Or didn't do. What's the saying? Any Crash you can walk away from, right? Plus, given how easy it is for Crash's enemies to lure him into traps, his absurd durability is crucial.
Well, Crash isn't perfect, but with his amazing abilities and a little bit of mojo,
I should play
he
these
saved
games.
the whole world many times over.
And after years of this, he even finally learned how to speak.
Now let's go home and eat pancakes. Pancakes!
Wait, that's it?
It's like Chrono.
Prophecy tells of a special purple dragon born every 10 generations, destined to be a hero of his age. This was the legend of Spyro. But when the ancient Dark Master Malefor learned of this, he swore to destroy Spyro before he even hatched.
I was gonna
By
say,
the way, there are at least 3 different timelines for Spyro,
Son.
but we're mainly sticking with the Legend of
The
Spyro
Steve.
version, because he can do pretty much anything the other ones can, and more. Plus, I think they're all the same as Spyro reincarnated anyway, since that's what the prophecy says, and look, that's totally Skylands being made at the end of Dawn of the Dragon.
Wild fan theories
So
aside,
to have
Spyro
ADD.
was saved from Malefor's wrath by Ignitus, a guardian dragon. He decided to pull a Moses and send Spyro's egg floating down a river to who knows where. Okay, why do so many stories start with people just throwing babies into rivers? That's never a good idea.
Wrong, Wiz. It worked out fine for Spyro. He was found and adopted by a family of dragonflies. And even without fellow dragons around, Spyro grew up to be a pretty good fighter. He's strong, tough,
for him.
and makes good use of his horns, tail, and claws.
But not his wings, not yet. Without a dragon's parentage,
This way-
Spyro remained mostly grounded during his childhood.
But he got pretty good at using his head. Like the fun way, not the brainy stuff. You do not want to
Hey,
be
that's
on the
fun.
other end of his charge attack.
But one fateful day, everything changed.
I was gonna say it's
During a game of
more
hide and
fun
seek
to
with his
make.
quote-unquote brother, Sparks. They got into a bit of monkey business and, in desperation, Spyro unexpectedly breathed fire. This was Spyro's first hint that he was adopted.
Hold up! You mean he thought he was an actual dragonfly the whole time? I can think of a few other hints, like, I don't know, anytime he saw his reflection.
This revelation prompted Spyro to
So
go on a
he's
journey
also
in
not
search
too
of his true home among other dragons. Oh, and Sparks tagged along to help find treasure and protect his dragon brother from harm.
Not
good.
like he needed it.
That's
He's
nice.
the chosen one, bitch. He's got a bunch of awesome dragon powers.
As a purple dragon,
Aether.
Spyro was not limited to just his fire breath. After finding and rescuing 4 great dragon guardians,
Hey, breath of
they
fire.
each became his teachers in the arts of elemental combat.
Ignitus taught Spyro how to control fire and focus it into huge blasts. Voltaire showed him how to use electric breath to stun enemies and toss them through the air. Cyril taught him to freeze foes solid and fire ice shards. And Parador showed him how to use earth breath to split rocks and roll up into a ball.
The only one I don't
Spyro
get
also
is
honed
Tyr,
his physical and
but is
cheat
that based
combat
on
with the
the
martial art of Dragon Kata. Oh, and he finally learned how to fly.
About time.
Speaking of which, Spyro learned how to briefly slow down time to improve his reactions.
Oh, damn. But all of this led to Spyro learning
Hey,
the
so
ultimate
what's in there?
element.
Make your morning
What?
better. Mix and match 2 of these McDonald's breakfast sandwiches for just $4.
I don't wanna.
Like the bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles.
You can't
the
tempt
sausage
me.
McMuffin with egg. Or the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
No.
Start your morning with a delicious deal.
Stop.
Breakfast at
Nope.
McDonald's.
Nope. It's okay, Theater, on top
All
of
of this led to Spyro learning the ultimate element. The convexity breath.
Ether.
Convexity.
It's ether.
No, stupid. Everyone calls it convexity.
Oh, okay. Purple dragons like Spyro can use a mysterious energy.
Okay. Convexity is the name of the dimension that bridges the Dragon Realm with the Dark Realms. Nice.
That is essentially the spiritual life force of the universe. While it's never officially named in canon, lead concept artist Jared Polin has gone on record to clarify its name and properties, and he calls it Ether. Eat that,
Aether.
boomstick.
Don't convex me, Wiz. True fans know I'm right.
Ether is an extremely powerful element which binds the fates of the living and the dead. With Ether, Spyro pulls from the 4 elements to create energy which, according to Polin, has power comparable to that of an atom smasher.
Isn't that the thing that shoots an atom around at light speed for all sorts of sciencey stuff?
Yes, they're particle accelerators with a moving photon beam containing 362 megajoules of energy.
Yeah, I said that.
This beam can slice through a human skull in a nanosecond. Just like what happened to Russian scientist Anatoly Bugorsky when he stuck his head in one of them.
Why the hell would he do that?
the only
God,
way
being
to
Russian
do
must
that.
be hard.
Bugorsky took a beam less than a molecule thick through the skull, which obliterated all matter in its path in an instant. While he survived, half of his face around the microscopic hole in his head swelled, peeled apart, and was permanently paralyzed, while he experienced the blinding light he described as brighter than 1,000 suns.
Hey, Spyro, what was that about?
I don't really know. I just felt like
Okay. Spirit gems and the crystals that house them are made up of the Aether and described as a gift that empowers dragons with the spirits of the past. Okay. Spyro's gonna
I had to hit it.
frickin' over.
And when I did, the power of 1,000 suns surged through my body.
Just imagine if that beam was the size of Spyro's super breath. No, wait, you don't need to. We've seen what it's like when he killed the Ape King.
Of course, Spyro's ether
Oh
powers.
yeah, also, that guy apparently stopped aging on that side of his face. That's why I think it's frustrating that's the only photo I've seen of him, because I really want to see one head-on that shows 2 halves.
As well, such as curing his fellow dragon Cinder of malforced corruption.
Is he shooting ghosts at her? What kind of magic were they smoking when they came up with that?
But ether is dependent on a balance between light and dark. Should a purple dragon fall prey to their own anger and hatred, they risk being consumed by dark ether, or nether, transforming into a blackened, rage-filled form.
Spyro's a really nice guy, but as Dark Spyro, he lets loose. He's stronger, faster, and way more violent.
Unfortunately, when Spyro's consumed by dark ether, he cannot return to his old self on his own. But with friends like Sparks and Cinder at his side, he's always found his way back.
Through the
can't get out
power of love. Right, Spyro?
You gotta believe!
With all these powers at his claw tips, Spyro is a force to be reckoned with. He's pretty quick, outracing biplanes that can fly over 159 miles per hour.
He's pushed a gold statue about twice his size, and he's pretty tough,
Gold?
claiming his
He did-
scales are impenetrable.
So I'm electricity proof too? I knew my scales were impenetrable, but now this?
A bold claim, but let's look at the facts.
He rebuilt
Spyro once took a
energy.
punch from this massive magma golem, which then lost its arm and replaced it with a cathedral tower. This cathedral is very similar in size to St. Stephen's Basilica, a Roman Catholic church in Budapest, Hungary. By taking the height, length, and depth of the basilica and adjusting for empty space, we can estimate the arm's mass to weigh over 400,000 tons.
Okay.
Assuming a low-end punching speed of 15 miles per hour, that of the average humans, the golem must have hit with at least 1.9 million tons of force.
And after getting all these powers, saving the dragons, and defeating the Dark Master himself, Spyro tapped into Ether one last time to literally pull the exploding planet back together. What? How the hell? How?
He was still in
I'd say a
permanent
mix of
damage.
the power of love, magic of friendship, and a smidgen of prophetic destiny.
Wiz, I want a pet dragon more than anything.
It's a sad sight, Sparks. Another noble warrior falls victim to the plague of love. Just look away.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, let me tell you about the mascot of good food, Blue Apron.
No, I'm not gonna listen to another frickin' Blue Apron commercial.
But right now, it's time for a death battle!
Okay. It really sounds like Spyro has this in the bag. I'm gonna have to go back and see what the drawbacks were to taking that dark form.
Rage-filled form.
Spyro's a really nice guy, but as Dark Spyro, he lets loose. He's stronger, faster, and way more violent.
Unfortunately, when Spyro's consumed by dark ether, he cannot return to his old self on his own. But with friends like Sparks and Cinder at his side, he's always found his way back.
The power of love. Right, Spyro?
You gotta believe!
It doesn't say that there's any
With all these powers,
drawbacks to that form.
Got up good food. Blue Apron. Battle. So check out this
That does look
week's
tasty,
menu and get
but-
your $30 off at blueapron.com/battle. But right now,
Okay.
it's time for a death battle!
Okay. Doesn't seem there are any drawbacks to being in that form, other than that he can't change back without outside help. I just noticed something. No, that's not it. I was just looking there. I just saw in the corner here, there's, I can get all my different resolutions I could possibly go to full screen on this. The first 3D battle in the entire year requires no less than widescreen. Left side warm. Right side warm. Oh, parakeets, how long have you been there? I really hope you guys all got that. And also, yes, that's the direction I'm pointing when I'm in front of the camera. I know that... Okay. I know that it's reversed for you guys, but that was, in fact, the correct sides for me. Anyway, that sounds like Spyro has this in the bag. Kim Peek was not autistic. My God, I can't believe people got that. I know he was the basis for Rain Man, but he was not autistic. He was missing part of his brain. Okay. Yes, I know those two. Yeah.
Weird. What are you doing?
You can't have outside help. There we go.
Sparks! No!
There goes your outside help. There's your reason to fight. A dragonfly on your hands, boy. Technically, he should be going into the hatred and rage form now, but he didn't.
Alright. You asked for it!
I do what I want. Is that not outside help? Run, 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 run. Oh, hey! The suit from Alien. Oh, come on. Hang on. Remember, it does this because of like light in the room. I am not that white. I have a nice tan on me. Anyway. Okay, looks like keeping the pillow here is perfect. Roast fruit?
Wait a sec, was that a fruit?
And I don't mean like homosexual, I mean like an actual fruit. Makes sense. Crash is still on top though. He'll bust out of that thing.
Woohoo! Stay right!
He's gonna come back off. Yeah, there we go. And he's got the space
Why
copter
do you keep
too.
finding these things?
Kind of expected to make the. And survived that. You can survive those Spyro. Isn't that outside help?
Nobody messes with me, pal.
KO! I don't think Aku Aku's gonna pull Crash from the grave after that.
Spyro
thought he was
had
taking
plenty
his
of
super
obvious
form.
advantages. His speedy flight let him control the pace of the battle, and his elemental arsenal gave him a much wider variety of attacks than Crash had ever seen in a one-on-one fight. Even with his extraordinary puzzle-solving skills, Crash was simply overwhelmed. But surprisingly, this wasn't nearly as one-sided as it looked on paper.
With the strength to throw an 8-ton boulder, Crash was actually stronger than Spyro, and both of them had survived impacts worth around 2 million tons of force. How convenient! It's almost like they planned this all along.
To be fair, we did
were the
have to
same
lowball
game?
Spyro's durability against the Golem's punch. However, both of them had shown durability, which far exceeded much of their attack capability.
Yeah.
So even with his gadgets, Crash really didn't have a good way to hurt Spyro very much. But the funny thing is, Spyro didn't have many attacks that could firmly hurt Crash either. They were both just too tough.
Well, until Spyro used the Ether Breath, which could literally break matter apart at an atomic level. Not even Aku Aku could save Crash from a beam that intense.
I guess Crash just couldn't spin this one.
The winner is Spyro the Dragon.
Good Spyro, there we go. Oh,
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle. If you want to get the battle music for yourself, you can get it by clicking the link below.
And if you guys want to see exclusive commentary on this episode, click that little box over there, first membership trial.
okay, they look like exactly the opposite of how they sound. Sora. Are we getting versus Link? Versus Pit! Nice! Okay. Well, that was cool. Spyro didn't do his Super Saiyan thing, did he? It's locked up. Where do I get... Okay. Alright, I don't understand what's going on. Anyway, Spyro didn't take his Super Saiyan form, did he? Or if he did... If he did, I didn't see it. They would have animated it really subtly. When Aku Aku came out when he was falling down the cliff, I thought that was going to be his Super Saiyan form. But I notice they allow outside help if the person's going to lose, like they did with Mega Man. Provided his dog actually counted as outside help and not part of his arsenal. People always talk about like outside help in Dante versus Bayonetta, but it was equally matched since they both had it. So that was kind of like more of akin to Solid Snake versus Sam Fisher in that regard. Get the red lamp on that side. Anyway, yeah. It's a good battle, even though I couldn't tell what was going on at the end. Pretty sure it's pronounced Aether. Because I'm pretty sure that ether is when it's just an E. Yes, I know they say great ether in Super Smash Bros., but I don't care. Battery is running low. Okay then. I swear I had like almost full battery when I started trying all these tests. Anyway, because my battery is running low and I had to do all these tests and I gotta go somewhere in about 40 minutes, I'm gonna go right now then, and I'm gonna I got magic hands. I can make the screen flicker. There we go. Anyway, though, an ad in the middle and you're still shilling for Blue Apron. Shame. Oh my goodness golly.